What is up, everybody? I'm back. And I'm better than ever. JK, Dick the Knife, essays, one more time, World Podcast Wrestling, WPW. Gone for 2 weeks. I am ridiculously sorry for that. Blame me all the way. Technical difficulties. I apologize sincerely. But didn't want to miss anymore. We're going to try not to miss anymore, especially in these weeks when shit is about to get real out there in the wrestling world, especially the WWE world. And once again, helping me out because I need all the help I can. It isn't up yet. Not yet. We're waiting for that return pop. But it is my buddy, Premier King. One more time. Thank you, sir. Thank you for bailing me out one more time.
Oh, absolutely, my friend. Like you said, technical difficulties the last couple weeks, but stuff happens. And you got to roll with it. Roll with them punches, man. We're all ready to go now. But you said it. We are really on the road to WrestleMania at this point. So let's get right into it.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm pumped. Before we get into it, catch us on Snark Burley's T Public Store. Search WPW. Search Snark Burley. I'm wearing because I'm a giant White Sox mark, my Hall of Famer baseball person NWO type of shirt, where you can find on Snark Burley. And, man, screw it. Let's get into it, man. We got a lot of news to get to. We've been gone for a couple weeks, so I think one of the biggest ones that popped up was the fact that basically RIP WWE Network, because Peacock's got it now. Peacock is the cock of the walk when it comes to WWE content, but not all WWE content. They will be rolling it out as the year goes on, but they're also taking stuff out. It is reported, and not even reported, it's confirmed. They're reviewing 17,000 hours of WWE content to ensure it aligns with their standards and practices.
Do you know who runs Peacock? Have you heard lately who took it over?
It isn't the NBC?
No, man. You didn't hear?
No, who?
I don't think you're ready for this. They bought it, bro. They're ready for it. The right to censor.
Stop. I'm done. Where's that censor?
I saw a picture today, a little meme where it was right to censor walking out. It was like one of the WrestleManias years ago, and instead of right to censor in the nameplate, it said Peacock, and I was like, yes. But man, absolutely, like, I don't understand like why. I mean, good for WWE. You make some money off of it or whatever, but now this network goes to Peacock, which you knew is a family friendly area, and you're gonna just dissect and just obliterate the network. Like, people are so upset. Like, it's literally the network is dead now. Like, that is officially closed. It is all on Peacock, whatever it is technically, and they're censoring things or taking things off. I don't even know what to think about that. Like, it's so. The point of the network was for that reason, like, so you could see all these things, It
was bad enough. It was bad enough they got rid of all my ECW music. So the fact that oh my god, wait till Peacock finds out there's a wrestler called New Jack in ECW.
Yeah.
But
well, they've already been doing everything they can to remove everything. So
yeah, and some of the stuff they got rid of is
controversial, I guess.
Shit that should have never happened in the first place. But
it's there.
It's there, and you know what? I think the way they got away with saying it, Vince, anyway, I should say, is it's entertainment. It's a story. It's a storyline. It's for lack of a better word, fake. Now,
but I can't believe they would still pull the trigger knowing that. I mean, never mind. They're all about the money. I guess that's all I have to say.
Oh, 100. I was talking to somebody about this earlier, and the only reason I have Peacock is because I have Xfinity, and it's free with it. Their $4.99 plan is free with it. And the only thing I ever watched on Peacock when I first downloaded that damn app was American Psycho. I'm like, this is fine. You're dropping F-bombs 3 ways, flexing in front of the damn camera,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
See, the only thing I was watching was The Office and Parks and Rec, so totally different avenue. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is.
I don't feel like getting into my office comments here. I'm already a heel to some people about that on Twitter, but I'm not doing it now.
Let's not. We're not going to get into that, Mr. Heel Dick. But I don't know. It's just upsetting to see all that stuff taken down. And I mean, I feel for the poor soul that like has to watch it.
Oh my
you
God.
better have hired a bunch of wrestling fans that like, can help you, because imagine if they're not wrestling fans, they're probably sitting there going like this, like, oh my God, it's terrible. I have to watch all of this. What, like, how long? What you said,
17,000 hours.
17,000 hours. Holy crap. I am going to do quick math. 17,000 hours. Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, you know what though? Pay me. I'd start letting everything through because my fucking eyes would fucking melt in front of me.
Yeah, like, so for the lovely listeners, we just did the calculations. If you ran it for 24 hours a day, you would have to run for over 708 days straight. It's like if you're only running 24 hours, but like, I mean, 17, if you could split it up between a bunch of people running 24 hours a day, you can get it done obviously a lot quicker, but
it almost makes me think, how long has this deal been in place? Do you think they've been fucking working on this shit for a year already?
I mean, they've probably been working on it since Peacock, really started pushing,
Good point.
A couple months back. But I think, honestly, I mean, if you want to pay me to sit there and go through this footage, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no shit.
Where do I sign up? Can I do it from home?
You know what? Speaking of hours of television and days worth of wrestling content, we're about to have Monday through Friday fucking wrestling, bro.
Woohoo!
Woo! I mean, NXT is going to be going to Tuesdays. Impact's moving to Thursdays, which means we're going to have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night Dynamite, Thursday night Impact, Friday night SmackDown, then pay-per-views on Saturdays, and the pay-per-views on the Sundays. I mean, I'm excited. All right, I'm excited NXT's going to Tuesday because that means I will probably watch it if my brain's not melted.
By then, yeah.
By then. Impact going to Thursday. Impact is what Impact is. It is what it is. It's just, I mean, we've been saying it's a golden age for a wrestling fan if you want to watch that much wrestling. But now with baseball season picking up, I don't know about that now. But hey, it's nuts to think that it used to be Monday Night Raw, Monday Nitro, then Thursday was Thunder and SmackDown, and now it's every fucking day, man.
Yeah, and I mean, it's good though at the same time, because the one thing that people were like, there's a lot of things that I don't like about this is because like you look at it, and when they did the whole like news report, or they broke it down, they said, well, they're moving to Tuesday because Tuesday's always been a very good slot for us. It's like, wait a second, weren't you the ones 2 years ago that decided to keep it on Wednesdays but make it live on the USA Network? Wait a second, you're lying.
Tuesday's so good, right?
Yeah, Tuesday's so good, but why didn't you start it there? Oh, that's right, because you wanted the competition. Now, competition is a great thing to have, but at the same time, you're, screwing your own market in its own way. Like, I don't think the best that's going to happen is this is going to be better for AEW because more people will be able to tune in on Wednesdays that maybe are skeptical of watching because they're so into NXT. But I don't know how much this is really going to help NXT. I mean, NXT teeters on that 650, 650 range. I could see them maybe going up to 750, on a ratings. But I'm also one that, like, yes, I see the ratings, and yes, I understand it, but I also don't care.
That's a good point. I don't give a shit about ratings. I mean, that's something that the damn internet wrestling community loves to always fight about, is the ratings, and I don't give a shit because I'm gonna watch it. It's the, it's the exact same thing as Go back to sports. Baseball's starting up. You got your favorite team. No matter how much they suck, you're watching them.
Yeah.
So if the ratings aren't there for something, if I like it, I'm watching it. And you know what? Fuck you for telling me otherwise. It's
Right.
just how it
And
is.
and then you got people that want to argue, well, the networks won't agree with that, but the wrestling is just not a huge mainstream thing that it used to be. With both shows on Wednesday, they were still getting about the same ratings that the other two shows are getting on their individual days. Do I think we're going to get those shows to be over 1 million on a Tuesday and a Wednesday? Hell no.
No.
But I know I'm a homer for it. I do think AEW deserves it. I do think they should be a little bit more popular when they have their own stuff on Wednesdays. And
Yes.
you know what? I think for Impact, the benefit for them is they're going back to one of their OG days. They were always big on Thursdays, over the years. And I think it's cool to see them going back to it. Now, hopefully things get better for them. Numbers haven't been great for them, but I think their shows have been a little bit better, I would say. But I'm not
And
huge on Impact, but
yeah, and it sucks because there's so many wrestlers that I actually do like on Impact and do want to support, but whew, that product, man, it's tough. And they
is it
that
tougher
show
than
to
watching
me,
Monday Night Raw?
ooh, ooh, those backstage segments, bro. But no, Monday Night Raw is a chore, man. That's
Yeah,
tough.
it
That might
is.
be the worst. The thing about Impact is just they are a very good clips show to me. They're a great Twitter show. I can watch
They
the clips
are.
on there. They're a great YouTube show. Sitting from start to finish can be tough, but hey, I'll probably try to watch these shows now when they're on their own days. Like NXT since the COVID era, I've honestly stopped. I mean, honestly, I've stopped since they went to 2 hours. It's something about it that just it drags. It should not be a 2 hour show. The main thing about that show that I used to love was the crowd, the atmosphere. It was very ECW arena. Just man, this shit feels like I need to be there. And then it just died down once the COVID era hit, man. And yeah, they have that new what is it CWC or whatever they
Yeah,
call
they've
it.
got some.
I
They got
just it's not the same, man. Oh well. I mean, I'll try to watch it, especially now with Finn and Cross going nuts over there, and Cole still hanging out, being a heel against my homies Kyle and
some.
uh, Roddy. But we'll see. Um, I'm trying to think. The only other thing that I can think of to get to before we get into this, the major things I want to talk about. The last show we did, we were talking about Andrade asking for his release and getting denied it. Well, WWE sent out that "good luck in your future endeavors" tweet, and there's no non-compete clause, or
Sir.
there's no 90-day there.
Yep.
So when's it gonna happen? Where's it gonna happen, man?
Oh, I mean, it's been a lot of the talk of the internet. Your IWC the last couple of days is where is it going to end up? A lot of people thought it would be ROH this last week because of their big show they had. A lot of people think that it still could be AEW. I mean, honestly, I think at this point, I still fully believe. I don't know where it's going to be. I just think it's going to be in America. I don't think he's going back over to Japan.
I don't think so either.
Just because him and Charlotte have been like that's a very real thing because we didn't even get into why he got released or why he finally got it is because people are saying that she had a say so in it and she helped get him his release. So I don't think that relationship's going anywhere for a long time or like 2 years like a lot of them happen, but I just think that I don't think he'll go over to Japan because he's going to want to stay around here to be with her. If you want to be honest, the only one that makes logistical sense is AEW because he can stay in Florida, be by her when she's at WWE. They're by each other still, kind of somewhat close. I think, where does ROH tape? Are they in Pennsylvania?
I want to say they're East Coast.
They're East Coast?
I believe so.
Because I know Nashville is Impact. I don't think it's going to Impact.
Yeah, Nashville's Impact. I don't see that happening at all.
But yeah, I think I could see ROH, if anything. If it's not AEW, it's ROH. I just don't know in the grand scheme of where AEW's at right now, where he really fits in.
No, and you know what? I'm with you where we talked about last time. I think it is a situation where I think he probably does end up in ROH. Uh, I agree that AEW seems better logistically,
Yeah.
but I think he might get lost in the shuffle of AEW. There's a lot of stuff going on there right now, and I think for him to make an impact, it's not going to be Impact. I think it'll be ROH.
Could you see it being Impact as a forbidden door through New Japan, maybe? Maybe he technically signs with New Japan and says, well, I'm just going to wrestle for you in Impact right now.
I mean, it could. That's a very interesting thing. And how crazy would it be where it's a forbidden door thing where he wrestles in Impact but shows up on AEW?
What
Like,
if
it's just so much shit, man.
What if he actually, what if he shows up during that title match? You know, the one with Kenny and Swan, and he takes him out, and he says that he's with New Japan, but he's coming through that forbidden door to take everybody out. And he wants to show that, New Japan still has a strong, hold on that wrestling world. I'm like, you never know. See, this is why it's really interesting, because you just don't know when he's showing up and where he's showing up. And he teases a lot of things online.
It is exciting. I love it. I'm an Andrade fan. I'm excited to see him go somewhere where he can actually,
showcase.
He's a peacock. You got to let him fly, bro. I'm excited for it. Let's talking about Mania talk, man. What happens before Mania? The Hall of Fame. They've been adding people to the Hall of Fame. Last year, we didn't get it. Last year, it was JBL, British Bulldog, Jushin Thunder Liger, the Bellas, and the NWO, which was really Hogan, Hall, Nash, and I think 6. Okay. Well, this year, we got Molly Holly, Eric Bischoff, who should be with the NWO, but whatever. The Great Khali. Okay. Kane, yes. Only if he's corporate Kane. And the whole fucking show RVD. I mean, yes, to these, I agree. Just, I don't want to watch these because the Hall of Fame is the longest, most boring shit there is.
And it's two Hall of Fames because they're doing 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
How long is that show going to be?
From what I'm reading, because I think they haven't taped, the speeches are shorter, so no Hillbilly Jim fucking marathon.
No, but we're going to get probably super baked RVD. That's okay.
Woo! I'm in. Sign me up. That's going to be a long, long promo.
Oh my God. I'm not watching it, Dick.
Oh, no, I'm not watching it. I don't watch the only time I watched the Hall of Fame was if I wanted to see someone talk. But the problem was I had to sit through so much shit. I'll wait till YouTube. But, yeah. I mean,
I know somebody that's super excited about the Hall of Fame for one reason and one reason purely only, and I know he's going to hear this eventually, is Mr. Huck is super excited. So everyone listening, please shout him out on Twitter and let him know that you're very excited that his favorite women's tag team is now in the Hall of Fame in the Bella Twins. Just let him know. Just give him that shout out. He loves them Bella Twins.
Man, who doesn't, bro? Tell you, they were in a Treyu video. I love it. Man. But you know what? I was going to talk about Mania, and I'm not going to run down the Mania card. I was more so going to talk about the bigger updates that have happened since. Before that, though, I want to talk about something that happened on Raw. And why the fuck is the Hurt Business done? And this
I'm gonna
better
ask you,
be
Nick,
a fucking swerve.
Nick, I'm going to ask you a question with another question. Why the fuck is Baron Corbin helping out goddamn Bobby Lashley?
Bro.
Can anyone explain this to me? Like, I would really like to know. Oh, right. There's no explanation. Got it.
Isn't he on SmackDown? What
the
fuck?
Yes. So there was a joke going around that I saw online, which makes perfect sense. So remember 2 weeks ago when Bobby went in there and said, "Hey, I need someone to take care of the business for me," and everybody goes, Vince McMahon saw the still picture of who was all in the locker room and said, "Oh shit, I don't have anyone on Raw. I need to get somebody from SmackDown because there's nobody that's logical enough to do this on this show." And it's funny because you go back to Raw and you have Drew go into the locker room and like shake up,
Destroy
and,
everyone.
like talk shit to Strowman, and Strowman's like, "I have other shit to take care of." Bitch, fuck Shane.
I have the train sound going on.
Choo choo, motherfucker. What the? Oh my god, that. I just don't. I don't get it. Like, there's so many things that it just doesn't add up. Like, why is it him? Is there a swerve? Like, we'll get into some of the other stuff from next week, but like, I don't think this is a swerve, Dick. I really don't. I think this is just Vince McMahon was like, "Nah, you're getting too big for your britches, so I gotta cut this shit out."
You had.
You knew it was coming when they lost
her
the
business, and that's the bullshit about it, man. Her business is so good together. I'll admit, when they first started, it was a little like, but bro, those guys look like fucking stars together. They look suave as shit. They look dope as shit. MVP is a mouthpiece for him. Lashley's your fucking champ. You had two guys with those fucking tag titles. They had it. It was great. You have Lashley as a champ with your fucking cronies underneath you, but nah, I guess not. Bring in Baron motherfucking Corbin because Vince loves Baron motherfucking Corbin, and it annoys me to no end. At least he's not King Corbin anymore, is he? Did they mention?
No, he's
did they
still
call?
King.
God damn it! How long is this fucking reign? I'm done.
Till forever.
Until the next King of the Ring, which is whenever the fuck that happens. Man. So I want to run through some Mania stuff. Now, I'm not going to do the whole card because we can do a Mania preview next week, which will probably take 5 episodes because of how much shit's on these 2 days. But you know what? Before that, let's get to some news that dropped today about Mania. Apparently, 2 days isn't enough because last year,
3 days.
Yeah, if you remember last year, it's too big for one night, right? Apparently it's too big for 2 now because SmackDown's going to have a WrestleMania day where the Andre Battle Royal is going to be on SmackDown, aka the pre-fucking show Battle Royal.
What do you get when you win that one?
I don't even fucking.
Oh, you get that stupid trophy that looks like Andre. Got it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even fucking care. And a 4-way for the SmackDown tag team titles. I don't even know who the fuck tag teams are over there. I don't.
It's Bobby Roode and Ziggler who haven't defended the titles in like 3 months. I think it was.
I don't know. Why? And then, so you can't even put some people on the fucking card. This was the main thing for the Battle Royal. And the main thing for all these matches, and the main thing for 7 fucking hours of Mania, was to get everybody on the card. And now they can't. What the fuck?
All right, Dick. So I'm going to tell you, there's 22 guys. I don't know if you've seen this. We're going to run down the names of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal participants, okay? Got Akira Tozawa, Angel Garza, Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak, Elias, Eric, Grand Metalik, Humberto, Jackson Riker, Jey Uso, Kalisto, King Corbin, Lindsay Dorado, Mace, Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Slapjack, T-Bar, and Tucker. Can you, like, when I just named all 22, can you give me, like, one name that you really, like, just sit there and go, yeah, this is the person that should win it? Like, they're literally looking at this. There's only one person that really shouldn't be in this because they are so much better than everybody else. Well, I was going to say Shinsuke.
Yeah, well, those are 2.
Ricochet just kind of sits. Shinsuke is just better.
Yeah, Shinsuke was in the fucking title match. He won a fucking Royal Rumble and was going against AJ for the title a couple years ago, and now he's in the fucking Battle Royal. This is
literally a piss break match. Like, there's literally nobody. So you got 3 Retribution members or 4 or whatever, but they're not.
Is there even a Retribution anymore? That's another thing we forgot. Retribution's done. Yay!
Hey, when WWE did all that, AEW goes, "Hey, here, hold my beer. I'll give you more."
Yeah, fuck that. All right, we'll get to that. Trust me.
But so I take this because you look at it and like in all essence, like there's really only 2 names that stick out where I'm like, yeah, these are people that should win because they're miles better than everybody. Ricochet and Shinsuke. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of these are literally fucking nobodies. Where's Jeff Hardy?
Why is Jeff be in that tag title match for some reason? I don't fucking know.
You know, but King Corbin's gonna win it because he's fucking Bobby Lashley.
Didn't he? He won it before 2 times.
Yeah, so he'll win it again. Watch it, guaranteed. I don't know. This is literally tag teams just split up into a battle royale, pretty much. Most of them. It makes my brain hurt.
Oh, also, I guess fucking Roman's gonna address shit on that Friday. I don't give a fuck. AKA next Friday is a skip for me.
So you've got the Street Profits versus the Mysterios, Alpha Academy versus Ziggler and Rude. Woo-hoo. That's going to be a great fatal 4-way tag match. Guess who's going to win that one? Probably Rude and Ziggler again. The Mysterios are in it, though. Ooh.
Huck's fave.
Yeah, that's a skip for me, my friend.
Hard pass. A hard, easy pass. All right, but let's go Mania. Again, I'm not going to run down the whole card. I just want to run down the stuff that basically, I'd say the surprises that have happened since the last time we talked. Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman have been having a feud, and Logan.
So wait a minute.
What's going on?
Wait a minute. That match is on the card, but that tag one isn't.
Well, this is a steel cage match. You got to understand.
Oh, right. Because Braun's mad because Shane McMahon called him a fucking idiot. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No, you want to talk about the match that's on the card while these other people aren't.
We don't need to mention that one because
my WWE champion, right, Logan? He's pissed too. My WWE champion, The Miz, and his ridiculous fall from grace of being the champ one week, losing it the next, and then being in a goddamn bunny suit to go against bad motherfucking Bunny. And it's not even a tag match. It's not even.
I thought they were going to go with the tag match.
It's not even Miz and Morrison against Bunny and Priest. Well, are they hurt? Is that what I thought I heard? They're dealing with. I don't know,
but Morrison looks like a fucking idiot right now,
bro.
What is happening?
But Priest he had to have been hurt because he started coming out hot. He had Bunny there in his corner. If anything, it was giving him a nice little rub of the fact that you got this star that I know nothing about. But Boricua, no matter what, I don't care. It just Bunny versus The Miz.
Wait, you're telling me that you're confused why Damian Priest isn't involved? Where did he come from?
NXT. And not in Ring of Honor.
Okay, so he came from NXT recently. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that big old push where everyone, goes, oh my God, they look great these first couple of weeks. We're going to push them to the moon and down.
That Keith Lee syndrome?
Yeah.
that everybody from NXT syndrome? Logan is hanging out all up in here. Bro, Logan, I'm going to need you to step away. Yeah, come on. Not Buzz. Hey, how you doing, Buzz? All right. So we got Bunny and Miz. That's been going on. Shane Strowman in a steel cage.
I think Buzz, when he listens to this, is wondering if Jeff Hardy has a match, though. Do you see Jeff having a match at Mania?
Oof. He's gonna insert himself and make that title match a 4-way instead.
Oh, okay. All right. And he'll win?
Of course. He was like how he was gonna win the Rumble.
I'm sorry, Buzz. I'm with you. I feel the pain. I don't know what's happening.
Man. The other one, Asuka will be defending against Rhea Ripley in the greatest build of a women's title match ever. God, man. What are they doing? Rhea Ripley should have came up. She should have came up sooner. She should have came up after the fucking Rumble.
Didn't they announce her after the Rumble?
They started doing the vignettes. The coming soon. No. That should have been her debut. She should have started beating the shit out of every single woman there, running fucking rampant, going through everyone to prove that she's ready for Asuka.
I'm still waiting for Charlotte to be inserted in this match. I'm sorry.
Stop it. Stop. It's.
We have another week, so I'm not.
Yeah, that is true. One more week. Shit, we have up until the day where they'll send a tweet. You know.
Charlotte's been added.
Breaking
sons
news.
Of bitches.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good match. The Ripley Charlotte match last year was good. Just unfortunately, there's no fucking heat behind it.
Yeah, and their heat. Oh, I don't. Oh, Jesus! Here I go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't understand. Like, I'm with you. I said that from day one. Is when Rhea came, she should have came in, beat the holy shit out of everyone, carried on, went up to Asuka and said, "I want your title." How do I know walking into this match? The odds-on favorite should be Rhea. There's not even a question, because guess how many matches that Asuka's won in the last couple of weeks?
Oof.
None. She has zero fucking momentum since she got obliterated by Alexa Bliss a few weeks back.
We'll get to that shit later.
You have all this and you sit there and you go, I have no care in the world that Asuka's champion. There's no reason she should win this match. She's been getting beaten for the last several weeks. And then to top it off, we have Tweedledee and Tweedledumbass, with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax coming out going, "Oh, we're going to fight you next week. The two of you versus us." Great. So now we get to see the women's tag team champions going up against the women's champion again.
Well, what is this? Sasha and Bianca Belair all over again?
No, this is Asuka and Charlotte all over again.
Yeah.
So let's just keep trickling down to where you're putting these. I hate that booking. I hate the booking where let's just pair the two facing each other for the title together against the champions and see who wins this. Stop, because every time it's happened so far, the champion has lost. So now, here's the thing. Shayna and Nia should lose on Monday. There's not even a question or a doubt in my mind they should lose Monday, because guess what they're not doing? They're not defending their tag team championships at Mania or after or before. They're not, because apparently there's no build to who's facing them, even though they've been looing a couple matches and there's actual legitimate tag teams that they built that they're not using. Like, why are Mandy and, Dana Brooke not in the picture? Why are Naomi and Lana getting their asses kicked? Like, you have teams that you have right there that you've built, but yet you just aren't doing anything with it. And we're going to get another repeat of the same style match that we've seen for the last couple of weeks. I just don't get it. I really don't.
It's poor either way, where you have your champion and your number one contender for that championship. Who's going to look weak? One of them or your tag team champions? Yet again, champion. Someone's looking weak through all this shit.
You're booking yourself into a corner.
It is, but they give zero shits about it. We've that's been your main thing, is always booking, and their lack thereof, I should say.
Yeah, none of it makes sense, because, like I said, you make somebody look stupid in some sort of way.
You want to talk about shit that don't make sense anymore? Is Randy against the Burnt Toast Fiend. I've hated this fucking storyline for months. I might be the only one that's hated it. I do not like the Alexa Bliss character shit that's been going on. The only way this shit's on TV is because of the fact that there is no crowd, because I honestly believe that the crowds would be shitting on this. But we get Bray coming back, just looking like fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow that's been in a fucking open flame for way too long.
Hey, you can buy that replica mask on WWEshop.com for $250. Go do it now.
Hold on for a second.
Dick's doing it right now.
Dude, I just...
See, and here's the thing, Dick. You know me. I've always been a big Bray Wyatt fan.
You have. You've been waiting for the Fiend to come back.
Yeah, and then I was severely disappointed. You know, I understand. Like Buzz told us the one, you know, in our group chat, he's like, "What did you?"
What did you expect with the shit, right?
Yeah, he's like, "What did you expect?" I was like, "No, you're 100% right." I just was looking for a transformation of a sort, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I would bet money, guarantee this, Randy Orton wins at Mania.
Here's the thing with it.
Because what payoff does it really have if burnt toast Bray Wyatt wins?
He's the baby face. He's got to get his win back.
Is he really the baby face when Randy Orton's been spitting up black goo out of his mouth for weeks now?
They're doing this to him. You're right. I don't. Fuck, man. I don't care. I don't care either way
really
about
don't
any
either.
of this.
But I know Bray's gonna lose because it's just what's gonna happen. Because none of it makes sense. Like what? My head. I hate everything. And
Yeah,
you know, let's just keep the train rolling of things that we hate, because I know this is another topic you're bringing up about just additional things. My number one hatred for this Mania is the Universal Championship match that has just changed between.
That is next.
You know,
you're right.
Yep.
That was next.
And it was supposed to be Roman versus Edge, and Daniel Bryan gets inserted into the match again because they're in front of a crowd and they need somebody to get that babyface cheer, and they were afraid that Edge would not garner enough of a babyface cheer. And the reason I hate that, Edge just won the Royal Rumble. Anyone that wins the Royal Rumble should be entitled to their one-on-one Mania match, unless the story perceives itself to be a triple threat. But this just got thrown together. You know that as a fact. And I hate every ounce of
it. Booking. Let's go back to the booking.
That's really all I can say. It's just booking. Terrible booking.
It is. We knew it was one of the main things why I didn't want Edge to win, or why I didn't want Edge to go against Roman, is because I thought of who's taking the fucking fall. Is all I thought about. You really think Roman is going to lose? No. You really think Edge is going to lose? No. I almost feel this is strictly for someone to eat the pin. Daniel motherfucking Bryan.
Or he wins.
Oof, I don't know. See, we've already gotten a Daniel Bryan inserted into a Mania main event, winning the title, which was one of the best Manias in recent memory, WrestleMania 30, and I don't see it happening again. I see Daniel Bryan there to eat the to eat the pin, to eat the Roman pin or to eat the Edge pin. So that sets them up for their one-on-one. But why not just do it now? They could have did this at fucking Fastlane. I don't know. I don't like it because that's all I see. All I see is Daniel Bryan's there to lose. And it was what I was afraid of when we were talking about who's Edge going to go against. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I've said it since SummerSlam. I've not liked the Roman character. I'm the only person on Earth, apparently, that does not like the Roman character. And this just adds to it, is because more Roman has to fucking look strong, is all this shit is.
Yep, he's probably going to spear both of them and pin both of them.
With one finger on each one.
Yep.
Man. Well, that was really it for Mania. I wanted to talk about. Again, those were like the bigger updates. I mean, there's other matches. You know, you got Bianca versus Sasha. You've got New Day going against AJ and his fucking gigantic. It's just it ain't worth it.
That was stellar. That was stellar booking, though. That I'll give that to you, because New Day won the titles and then AJ and Omos came out. You want the titles? What? What? You aren't even a tag team. Omos has never wrestled. What the?
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So
and AJ Omos should technically win because Omos should just grab Kofi by the head and just slam him
So-
right through the mat.
So what you're saying, Amp, is if we do a Mania preview show next week, I'm gonna do this solo because you do not want to talk about Mania at all.
I will, for you, Dick, I will struggle my way through it. I don't drink, but I might have to crack open a beer for 3 straight days during SmackDown and Mania and night 1 and night 2. Actually, fuck it, dude. It's 5 straight days because you get NXT on Tuesday, NXT on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, Thursday.
So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. 5 days.
Fuck. Okay. Well, ay, Dios mío. Do I gotta take a vacation just for this shit? I'm not getting paid to watch this. Am I gonna have to?
I need a gun.
Man. Yeesh. All right. Well, you know what? Let's change the subject.
Okay, yeah, let's
change the company, which I know you're gonna love. So we're gonna talk about Ring of Honor, JK. We're gonna. Sorry, Huck. No. We're gonna talk about.
Actually, you know what? Real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, but I do want to talk
go.
about Ring of Honor for one quick second because there is somebody that I respect that is there, and I've actually respected him even when he was in WWE. Is Mike Bennett. I did see he's got a documentary coming out. Obviously, he's a local guy to us. I actually believe he currently resides in like the Shorewood area, I think. Somewhere like Shorewood, Ottawa. Yeah. Him and Maria live out that way. But he has a documentary coming out about his, path back and his struggles. But I did see a clip with him in the locker room of ROH the second night he was there, and he just talked about how, people, he's like, I've been around the world. He goes, you don't always have to have all the talent in the world to do this, but if you have the drive and passion, that's the type of people I want to be around. And I'm glad to see him out of WWE because he is one of those guys that, like, maybe he's not always the greatest in the ring, but he loves what he does. And that's what makes this, type of stuff great. So I'm glad to see it. I'm interested to see what happens with that documentary. I mean, I'll probably check it out just because, like I said, he's a local guy. I know he was, I think, Boston. Maria's always been Illinois. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to see that he's trying to help bring ROH back to that little bit more of a relevancy. So, I mean, hopefully they can get there.
Ring of Honor's got some people I love. I mean, they got fucking Danhausen. That's all I need, man.
Yeah, we know. Yep. There you go. And then does Huck, and Huck has his guys over there too, right?
Got his Gresham.
Oh boy. Oh, we know if he shows up in any. But yeah. Anyways, I'll let you take the wheel here.
So, AEW. This past week was, I thought, a fucking great episode.
Yes, sir.
The one thing that I want to talk about that people have been talking about, if this is a negative or not, it's all elite factions, basically, man.
I have no issue.
All faction wrestling.
And you want to know why I have no issue with it?
Well, no.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to list them. And you know what? I'm not even going to list the trios. Because to me, trios aren't factions. 3 people to me isn't a faction. It could be if you want. If you want me to get into it, I could. But we've got the Dark Order. We got Hardy's crew. We got
Hardy Office.
We got Pinnacle. Got the Inner Circle. Got the Nightmare Family. You've got this new Nightmare Family. You've got Team Taz, who I honestly forgot. I literally was writing down these fucking stables and factions, and Team Taz was one of the last ones I put. If you want to do the trios, you have Death Triangle. You've got Jurassic Express. And I would say a newly found one that was 3 and added a 4th. You've got the Best Friends.
I would still consider them a trio because you don't consider that a faction. You technically can, I guess. But I don't really count, like...
Well,
because it's Statlander, and we don't really have any groups with females other than the Dark Order originally did with Anna Jay. I mean, you have the Hardy Office now with the Bunny, but she recently just got back into the ring, so I don't really count that entire...
That was a good match. That was a good match this week.
Yes. That's why I'm saying this whole show from top to bottom this last week and the prior week, like they get better. And
But go ahead. What is the reason you don't have a problem with it?
I don't have a problem with that, because what a lot of people got upset about is, when AEW started, they wanted to be a lot more like New Japan. Well, what does New Japan have a lot of?
Woo! Weeks, Suzuki-gun, Chaos, Bullet Club, Los Ingobernables.
Yes. So factions on factions on factions, and groups, it's a popular thing. And then people are like, well, we got too many factions. I don't like that. Well, that's what New Japan had. Like, what I like about it is this brings more people on the show. You got more eyes on the show. Like, the Nightmare Family, originally, you looked at them and you were kind of like, this is some weird ass thrown together ass bullshit. Like, what is this? Now there's reason, because you have Nick Camarato break off, Anthony Ogogo break off, Aaron Swallow break off. Like, you've got these guys that like have the talent, and you're like, okay, cool. Now it brings eyes. I mean, they're ran by QT Marshall, but I digress from that. I've already told you guys, I don't think that's going to last long. These guys will, you'll cut him.
A jobber faction. You need to have a jobber faction.
But I have no issues with that. You also have like a kind of thrown together group in, Nemeth and JD Drake and
but Benoni, is
Benoni,
he one of them?
Yeah, Benoni and Avalon. Like you have those guys that's really your thrown together faction. That's
your AEW Dark Elevation faction.
Right. I have no problem with that, because a lot of people like JD Drake and a lot of people, hate the other ones, except for I have a lot of respect after seeing some stuff for Cesar Bononi. But you've got all these things, and then you have kind of a new trios that's formed for the week in the Young Bucks and John Moxley, which we all know that's come on. I smell a rat on this one.
Yep. Yeah, that one's not. Ooh.
That's a trap all day, baby.
And I can't wait for it to happen.
Yes. And then you're gonna have the breakup of technically another trios in Kip and Miro and Penelope really soon.
Yeah, really soon. I see that maybe next week, honestly.
It is most likely next week, due to the fact that I guess Miro is going to want to talk to Kip live on the show, from what I'm hearing, and Kip is taking full responsibility for the loss, and Miro has been saying, I guess he said it on Twitch tonight, he's not taking any of the responsibility because he knows he could have kicked out of that.
Nice.
But so yes, anyways, I digress from that, but I don't have an issue because it gets more people on the TV. There's a lot more stories involved. Honestly, you want to see from this that makes me just super excited. You can literally put that Blood and Guts pay-per-view on as soon as you want, and you could literally probably put 4 matches on of just straight factions of all Blood and Guts. Inner Circle, Pinnacle, Nightmare Family 1 versus Broke Down version. You've got reverse the House of Hardy or whatever the hell they're called, or the Hardy Office. You've got all these where you're like, oh, and it's stuff like I did not, as a wrestling fan, I did not expect that breakup in the Nightmare Family. I expected QT to do something stupid and just ride off into the sunset. But
agreed.
I did not expect that. I thought he was going to go dirty and be the one to put Cody out since he's totally kind of injured. I was like, oh, QT will just be the one to put him on the shelf. That's fine, whatever. But that was just beautifully done. I did not expect it.
It was a good shock. I mean, also at the same time, I gave zero fucks about anybody that was doing it because to me, it's just a gigantic nobody jobber faction.
I like some of those guys.
It still was good.
I like it just because those 3 have pretty good talent. Aaron Swallow, he's decent. A lot of people for a big guy, Nick Camarato, he's moves well. And we haven't seen a lot of Anthony lately because I think he's been hurt, but he's been doing a lot of commentary on Dark and stuff like that. I just think it's interesting because now I sit there and I look at it and I go, oh, it makes sense. It's them because everybody else in the Nightmare Family pretty much is literally family friends.
Yes,
these were just these 3 are literally people that they brought in the last couple months from the outside. And you're like, oh, it fucking makes sense now. And I told you guys, I could wholeheartedly, the only other thing I can see, unless they're not going to go that path, is maybe them throwing Jade into this to add that woman into the group. But I think
or in the different New Nightmare one or whatever.
just because then she could be like, haha, I'm in your Nightmare family, bitch. But not really. And she could
No,
continue
that makes
feud
sense.
with Red Velvet.
And Red Velvet, aka the surrogate Brandy.
Yes, yeah. For a minute I thought it was Brandy that came out. I'm not gonna lie. I looked away and I look back. I'm like, what is Brand? Oh, that's not Brandy. That's Red Velvet.
Don't worry, you'll see plenty of Brandy on that
On that
Brandy
TV show.
Rhodes, Cody Rhodes reality show.
Yep. Everybody's got to have their reality shows, but
No. Brandy has to have a show. She needs to be on TV at all fucking times.
I'm saying every wrestler always has something with that, you know. But what's your opinion on the factions? I want to hear that.
The truth, honestly, I don't have one. It is what it is. As long as each faction does something, or it's basically as long as the booking is good, I don't care. To me, it's matches. Give me the fucking matches. It's more storyline options. I'm for it. Because a lot of these I actually like. Dark Order became fucking enjoyable to watch. Dark Order was at the time the most horrible faction there was, man.
Yeah, they were bad.
They
were worse than Retribution.
They were. Who
Till Brody came. Brody saved that.
God. Brody and BTE. Yes. That saved it. Hardys, that's one of the most thrown together ragtag group there is.
I love it though. I love every second of it because you just see them and you're just like, yeah.
It's so, and what's so funny about the Nightmare family is that's supposed to be a babyface faction, which I don't think anyone likes. Let's be honest, dude. Like they do look like very they're hand-picked friends of the family.
Yeah, but now
who owns the company.
The breakup makes it better because it's literally the hand-picked guys. Even though the other ones are technically hand-picked, but the other ones are family friends. Like you got the Gun Club, you've got Lee Johnson. I mean, Lee Johnson's the only one that's not a family friend in that side of it.
To me, though, as much as I said these are jobbers that I don't give a shit about, I almost side with them though because it's like they almost feel like the fucking forgotten toys of this shit. It's like, no, fuck you. We want we want ours.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned it. I have a lot of respect for Lee Johnson and has slightly been one of my, just his whole story. But anyways, I digress. What if he ends up turning heel on the whole thing? But I don't think that will because I was watching something and you see where this has all become full circle, like these little nuances that AEW does. So listen to this, Dick. So when Lee Johnson first won, everybody in the Nightmare family, but who?
But QT.
But QT.
Yes.
Who was his first match with? Very, very first match.
I don't even remember, bro.
QT.
Was it QT? Okay.
So it's all come full circle that he had a match with QT, never thanked QT. QT finally snapped. He is the reason behind QT snapping. So
what you're telling me?
Booking.
Get it? There it is. Hashtag booking.
It literally is. Like I'm sorry, I can't. There's no other things to say. Like it's literally booking. They even showed I was watching something that for the last year, MJF has planted the little seeds, and people are like, maybe it's not personal, but even in all of his other promos, he kept mentioning stuff that just went towards the words Pinnacle and the Four Horsemen, and you're like, motherfucker, these little red herrings, and you're like, oh my god, I missed all of this till now. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. Booking is great.
I really don't mind it.
Get stories out of it.
That's what I said. As long as I get stories out of it, I don't mind it. I mean, it is just kind of like, God damn, another one. But as long as I get good stories and good booking out of it, I'm not going to give a shit. I just need my boy Ricky Starks to shine with Team Taz already. That's all I want.
Oh, that's coming, though. I think him and Cage are going at it real soon.
You know what? Sign me the fuck up. The Cage face turn and then the fucking... Ooh. Sign me up with it. Let's go to what opened up Dynamite this week. Christian Cage made his debut.
Violent match.
That match, okay, so
slow paced, violent, but
slow
good.
paced. It was a work rate match. He wanted to outwork everyone, and it was a good technical match. But holy shit, some of those fucking they weren't even bumps. They were just the
He
way they were
just
hit.
he
They
just was
were
faking it.
they were stiff,
Yeah.
and there were some awkward looking bumps. But I actually thought it was a really good match. I thought it picked up. You could tell. I mean, you could tell it was a match between two 40-year-olds, but it was damn good. And I thought Christian looked okay. It didn't look like he missed a step. That frog splash looked good. That fucking kill switch, that that bump that Kazarian took was really fucking nice. He did one of those fucking Neville DDT bumps.
Yeah. What do you expect for their first match where, these two have such a rich history with each other? Yeah. You're like, yeah, you're going to get something solid out of them. And that's exactly what you got, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I respect that Christian's there. It's just a little odd because I sit there and I look at everything, what's going on, and you're like, hey, it kind of seems like an odd man out in this situation.
Yeah, and one of the first things we thought of was that he was going to go after Kenny.
Well, he's working towards it, but it's still like when we get to that, he doesn't have the same like oomph behind him where like I can believe he could beat Kenny by himself. Like Moxley, I feel like, yeah, okay, the dude's mostly by himself. I feel like he can beat Kenny because he'll just stab him in the neck or something. Like, do I just think that Christian's supposed to outwork Kenny in a match where he'll get outnumbered? Like, is that what I'm supposed to believe?
Do I think Christian's going to outwork Kenny, period? How about that?
No, hell no. I mean, Kenny's on another level, but Christian is obviously good. I've said it since day one. I like what he's going to be able to bring to the company as a whole. So I have no issues with it. We'll see some good matches. I wonder where it'll go next from there.
Yeah, agreed. Something else that happened on Dynamite, which I got a huge pop for.
Oh, I know what it is. You're talking about the brand new tag team that was formed in Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, right?
No.
Oh, I thought that was it. My bad.
The AEW Dark Tag Team? No.
Are you talking Elevation? You're talking about the nice WWE tactic of booking where, wait, what? Why are these two just randomly together?
No.
I love it though. I'm not like, I know this isn't what you wanted to talk about, but I laugh because I'm like, I love the two of them. Like, I like their similar mindset, but they're both mad because they've been held down by AEW. And you're like, wait, you're mad because you've been held down, but now you want to work together, but you've all talked about how you want to do it by yourself. What? Get your shit straight, boys. Like, you know what? They're both great workers, though. I can't even be mad. It'll be, like you said, they'll be the dark tag team, and they'll show up on AEW Dynamite one time, and they'll lose or something like that. Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. But
give them something to do.
I know exactly what you want to bring up, and I can't be mad at you for it.
They're back. They're back after a couple weeks of off TV. The fucking face Inner Circle. That was a great fucking segment.
That was a beautiful fucking beatdown. I love it. I'll rewatch it. It's on YouTube. I got to rewatch it later because I need
to rewatch it to see where old boy got busted the fuck open.
Yeah, because I thought that shit was fake too until you see the stitches and you're like, nah,
I thought it was some fake blood, but great. The way they were broke off, where you had Sammy and Spears. Perfect. I'm like, yes, I want to see that match. Of course, Hager and Wardlow. Let me fucking see that match.
The massage table.
Woo, dude, fucking those two look like they were going at it. Like that could have been a fight. Sammy and Spears got that height differential, but with Wardlow and Hager going against each other in them hallways in those rooms, like, oh shit, this is a beatdown. This is fun.
That door shot on Spears was phenomenal though too.
Oh, it was amazing. God,
I loved it.
Then you got PNP against FTR. It's like, give me it.
And Tully. Don't forget to add Tully into that beatdown.
Tully got it. Tully got mad.
Tully got his shit rocked.
Yeah. This beatdown was so fucking good, man.
And the icing on the cake. Jericho giving MJF a good old fucking swirly, bro. Just dunking his head all up in that toilet. You
So
piece of shit.
loved
Dunk.
it. Take it back their dressing room, right? That's
That was
theirs.
phenomenal. That was
Great
just
great callback. I loved it.
and then you just
Booking,
have like don't even forget the fucking just tossing MJF. I thought they were gonna throw him into the mirror, but he throws him into the damn Pepsi, refrigerator.
Dude.
I was like, oh yes, like it was beautiful.
Great beatdown.
Yeah, it was a fantastic beatdown, fantastic booking of the beatdown because I got worried when it happened. I was like, oh, they're gonna mix things up with like, Sammy's gonna be fighting Wardlow at some point. But no, you put the right people on the right people. You did the right, beatdowns to it. Took their locker room back. This 100%. You're gonna have so many matches out of this, like we've mentioned. You can have trios matches, tag matches, whatever you want. This will lead, whenever they decide, to a blood and guts match.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I 100% believe this will be a blood and guts match, irregardless if there's really a crowd like they want. But I think they're gonna set that up. What do we have about? Shit, actually, I refrain from that because that might actually happen at Double or Nothing because we're 2 months away from that. Technically, it's the end of May that Double or Nothing is happening, unless they do Blood and Guts in between.
Is there going to be a Blood and Guts event? Have they said that, or they're just going to have a Blood and Guts match?
They could do a special. They could do a special Dynamite.
Nah, we gotta pay. We gotta pay for this one. Like put it on Dynamite. Put it on Double or Nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the only thing I could think of is Double or Nothing because Double or Nothing's at the end of May. Like,
yeah, and you've got
we're recording on April 1st. Like this is April 1st. We're literally 2 months away from that.
Yeah.
That's so far away, which I love because you have time in between pay-per-views to build fucking stories.
And the great thing about Dynamite is they always do special Dynamites where it's not Dynamite, it's AEW Dynamite, this,
Yeah. They kind of have a little special going on for next week because of the whole Godzilla versus Kong thing. They're doing Jurassic Express versus Bear Country. They've got their feud from Dark, so it is what it is. Yeah, but I found that one funny because they had the little graphic in the background for that one.
Yeah, and it's like it's Godzilla versus Kong graphic is what it is. Like, it's pretty funny.
Just mimicking it, and I'm like, hey, whatever, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I would say there's one other thing I was going to bring up, but before I get to that, let's get to, you mentioned it earlier, this new trio that we got going on of Jon Moxley and the Young Bucks.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to go against Kenny and the Good Brothers next week, huh? Yep. I see potential between this trio. Amp is throwing up the Too Sweet.
Come on.
Is it happening?
It
better. It needs to.
I love the story. I know a lot of people hate Don Callis for some reason. But that backstage segment with him and Matt was phenomenal. Like I can't even there's not even a reason to be upset. Like by him telling him you turned your back on your friend. I'm like, oh, come on. I don't and they still have their shit going on with, with Death Triangle and stuff like that. So I just don't know. I don't see how the Bucks stay away from Kenny. It almost makes them look like the bad guys if they say no to Kenny.
It does. Because
the way Callis spun it,
you're building it up like your guys are the ones that are in the wrong.
Because Kenny did this for you, and I think at some point, and this is just my honest opinion, at some point the Good Brothers have to go away. They don't work for this company. I don't have an issue with them. It's cool that they're around, but when does it get to be the Bucks? When are the Bucks the ones that really have Kenny's back? And I think this happens, and I think then we can see the Good Brothers kind of veer back to Impact a little bit more, and the Young Bucks will be in that, and I think it's coming. I really do. I just don't think it makes sense for them to just keep pairing with Moxley, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to get that beatdown. You know, the Bucks are going to help Kenny, and Mr. Hobley, you know, Eddie Kingston's going to come out there, and they're all going to get their asses kicked again. Yeah, they're going to make the save, and we're probably, hopefully, going to get a couple more people to help out Moxley down the road. I don't know.
And probably when Kingston helps, maybe a bigger explosion, and
yeah, we'll redo.
He won't have a panic attack or whatever the fuck he tried to explain. What is
he shit himself? Hey, they've made it. They've returned from that one. They're doing okay.
You know what? I will.
But I do think the turn is coming. I do think the turn is coming to some degree, because I don't know. It's just set up like, I know people are always like, oh, you can't look at what's right there, and I'm like, but it's just so right there where I'm like, it's got to be that. Like, what else would we be getting?
It has to. There's nothing else, man. It's 100%. We're getting that Bullet Club, and I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it since they fucking did the Too Sweet in the ring and made the shirt. I'm ready. Just give it to me. Poor Mox. It was weird though, because who did Mox go against? Benoni, right?
Yeah.
It was weird seeing him just cut that promo, and I don't know, because it almost made me feel, I'm like, man, he's very. He almost felt like he's taking a back seat to everything. Then this happened, and I'm like, oh no, Mox he's the man still. He's in that main event.
I laughed though when he cut that promo and it went right to the match, and the match ends, and he literally did exactly what he said. He said somebody's getting dropped on their head and somebody else is getting choked the fuck out. And how did that match end?
With fucking
Nemeth got getting that planted, and then Benoni got choked out. Like, oh, man, you can't beat. I just loved every second of it, and the reason, and the reason I say, like, I love that, like, the company itself is, I don't know, did you see the story floating around with Benoni?
No, you mentioned something earlier about how you talking about him.
He came out on Twitter. I guess there was some issues going on. I guess his wife has cancer of some sort, and she has to get a transplant. And the one person they found that could do a transplant was her sister, but she's overseas somewhere. And they were having issues trying to get her here quicker and get some help. And I guess AEW's legal team stepped in and tried to do everything they can to get her here, but unfortunately it got delayed because in the process they found out her sister has COVID, so she's not able to travel yet. So, but everything else is in the works. But I guess like I said, AEW's legal team got involved and they're trying to help. And I don't even know if he's technically signed to the company. Like, look at what they're doing to somebody that's may not even be a part of the actual active roster. Like, they're doing everything they can, and it's good to see.
Man, with the shit they did for Brody's family, man, jeez.
By the way, I saw a funny story because I follow Brody's wife Amanda on Instagram, and she posted a picture with like some stuff on the bottom, and I guess Brody Jr. was being a pain in the ass on Wednesday, and she said that she told him to go to bed and he could watch Dynamite on Thursday morning because that's all he wants to do is watch wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she said she went downstairs or something like that. And when she came back upstairs, he lined her bed up with a bunch of like stuffed animals and a sorry note.
Aww.
And apologized for being a
little jerk.
Crabby, and said, "Mom, I'll be better this weekend and on Thursday and Friday for you." And then one of the stuffed animals was Brody.
Aww.
I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? Fine.
Waterworks, man.
No, and you're right. That's why I like it, because they just do things for, the people around them, which makes them different. I mean, they care about the people. So
they do.
And you want to talk about feel good moments, because I know that's where you're going.
That's what's last. Go ahead. Do it.
What a feel good moment. That arcade match was fun. And you cap it off with the minivan driving down with Trent's mom and Trent jumping out. Trent brings a legitimacy to a comedy act of a team
He
that
does,
makes
man.
that team believable. That team can be comedy, but they're very believable. I had a buddy of mine say that he can't remember anyone else other than Kurt Angle being a comedy act that also was viewed as legitimate until the best friends are around. And they are. I still am unsure of how I feel about the theme song, by the way, for Orange Cassidy.
The Pixies.
Yeah, I mean,
This reminds me too much of Fight Club.
yeah, I mean,
But it is what it is.
it fits them to an extent, but it's just so weird. I don't know how to feel quite yet about it.
Just hearing
But,
a legit
yeah,
song for somebody like
that Tony Khan paid out of pocket for. You mean?
fuck yeah, man. Hey, you got the money.
Boy.
Bro, if Tony Khan could fucking spring the money to pay for fucking Thursday's Jet Black New Year for me to come out to, I'm all in, man. Fucking yeah.
He also bought the music for Brody Lee's tribute so that they could always
Mhm.
have that tribute. Like, do I need to continue, Dick? Do I just need to keep going with the things that this guy has done?
You're saying they won't release a ton of talent during COVID? That's what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, they did release like 2, but that was unseen circumstances that had to happen. Yeah. But anyways, I digress from that. Yeah, the feel good moment you have, Trent return who looked he looked like a fucking star. He walked out of the van and I was
even after getting a kiss from his mama, he still looked bad as fuck, dude. Yeah. And you want to know why he looked bad? I still kiss my mom every time I see her. So hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Real men kiss their mamas, man. I love it.
And then to add the icing on the cake, you get the alien back out of a machine she just threw the glass in Penelope's face and said, "Here you go, bitch." Like, fantastic moment.
And then to prove she's back. Oh
my God.
Driver somebody from the fucking apron to a table.
That was beautiful. 100, like, that was such a beautiful maneuver. Like, she hit that so well. About 4 weeks ago, we looked at this AEW women's division and you went, shit, they still need to fix this. And then you see Thunder Rosa and Britt just murder each other. You have that phenomenal tag team match this last Wednesday with, Nyla and Bunny and Sheeta and, Ty.
Yeah, Ty, that was a great match. Ty looked really good in that.
I'm going to tell you what, those two together, that's a legit team. Sheeta and Ty, like, both coming out in their, like, respective, like, get-ups with, the judo and the martial arts. It's like, oh my God, this fucking makes sense. Like, can we get this down the road? Like, this actually works. And you build up the Bunny off the rip. She, pins, the number one contender, basically.
Yeah.
So you build her up off that. It was all good stuff. Like, their division. And then you have Statlander back at the end of the show. You're just like, okay, we're good. I knew she was coming back soon because she had been reported to be back down there working out again. But I did not expect her yet.
And especially with the best friends and OC.
But it fits. Like,
hell, yet another outcast.
Another outcast with them. And, now you have another team back. Like you said, it's kind of a faction with Statlander there. And it's cool. I mean, I'm excited for it. Feel good moment, send off at the end of the show. Sue's phenomenal.
Dude, so that bring that up. You said showing up with the minivan. This is the second time the best friends have been a part of a fucking street fight where that minivan just pops the hell out of me.
Yep.
And that street fight, the parking lot fight, Sue with the fucking middle finger in the air.
Star.
Amazing. You got it. There's your cat too. Logan disappeared on me, but
it's a cattail for you.
Sue showing up. Like you said, Trent got out of that fucking backseat looking fucking just money. And I'm happy he's back. He legit does bring some legitimacy because he looks like the one that could fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yep.
You got Chucky T over there. Yeah, he looks like he could be, he can get you, but looks like he's having more fun. Trent looks like, hey, motherfucker, we're down to business right now. Oh. They're a great trio, and then with Statlander, who's the other outcast, the alien. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited. It was just so. I was so happy at the end of that match. And I'd said it like when wrestling's done right, man. When wrestling's done right, it could fucking get you emotional. Like, holy shit, this was amazing what I just watched. Or it could just make you so fucking happy. Like Daniel Bryan winning the title at Mania 30. The emotions that came over, you're just like, fucking yes. This was fun shit.
Yeah.
And but then part of me was also happy that maybe this is finally the end of the storyline.
I was about to bring that up, bro. I was about to see, and here's the dick we all know and love who has hated this story for the longest time. But yes, when I found out that this was going to be the main event, I said, yes, this should be the end of this feud. Sounds like it will, because if Miro turns, oh my God, here we go. If Miro turns on, Kip or they break up, it's all said and done. And it's good. We can move on to something else. I don't know where this puts them into the next story, but it was all great. There's nothing to be upset about. And speaking of somebody, actually, we were just talking about, but Brody's wife, Amanda, she was so geeked up about that segment too. And she goes, dang it. She goes, I thought I was the cool AEW mom, but I lost out to Sue several times now. And I go, yep. Man. Sue's just this badass that you're just like, yep, she just does her own thing. I mean, I love it. The minivan thing is so simply cool. Like, I don't even know. Like, it was great. I really did not expect that.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it at all. I honestly didn't know what I was going to expect during the match.
Well, I just didn't think either one of them were ready to come back yet.
I thought it was. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if it was just going to be Miro destroying them or them finally getting the win. But I was the Chris Statlander surprise, because that's 100% a legit surprise. She had nothing to do with best friends in OC. Like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then just that fucking. The appearance of that van and Trent coming out, the pop I had at home watching that, like, oh shit, it was so good.
Wow. I mean, shit, dude. So I forgot. I wanted to look this up. In June of 2020 was when she suffered her ACL injury. It's March.
June?
Technically.
Okay.
So you're talking 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Man. That was quick.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, damn, she's gone for that while.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an ACL injury. You know? I mean,
I love Statlander, man. I really do love Chris Statlander.
It makes the women's division just right off the bat. You're just like, oh, here we go. Here's another feud. You got Penelope and Statlander now. Okay. Yeah.
And it makes sense.
It makes sense because she threw glass in her face jumping out of a claw machine. I mean, what do you? What more do you need to know? An alien coming out of the claw machine. Shocker.
Booking.
Ever watched Toy Story in your life?
Booking. That's what it is, man.
Sorry if you hear a jingle in the background. My cat decided to join us, and now she's rubbing her head on my shoulder.
It's all good. Logan disappeared on me. Thank God. He was all up in there. If you're watching, I'll probably put this up on YouTube again, and if you'll see it, and you'll just see Logan, me petting him and rubbing his cheeks for a while. But man, that's all I got, bro. Is there anything else you want to throw out there from Dynamite or WWE, which I'm sure you want to?
I just have one final word: booking.
I love it.
I mean, there's really nothing else to say. I know. I mean, I always try to use discretion and tell people I'm not just a mark for AEW, but when you have these emotions, like you pinpointed, that's what this industry is here for. Like, obviously, we get emotions through other sports as well, but wrestling is here for a lot of that. Yeah. And when you get a lot of that in shows, in these wrestling shows, that's where it is. Like, yes, they have fantastic wrestling on their shows, but their stories and you feel invested in things like the Inner Circle coming back. I didn't quite expect them to. I thought they would, because when they said a surprise, I was like, I feel like the Inner Circle is going to come back. Yes.
I didn't at all.
But I did not expect that massive beatdown, because that was just pinpoint perfect. Like, that was great. Good. Do it again. Like you said, the absolute shocker of Statlander joining, the best friends. And, we didn't think that, but I'm also surprised that she's even back, because, like I said, it's 9 months. Oh, there you go. You just killed OC.
No,
You
I'm
know,
pretty sure that's just him normally falling asleep.
laissez-faire attitude.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
it
That show. That's why I said it. I put it out on Twitter. I said that was one of their best shows. But they constantly keep doing that. Where show after show, you go, all right, how you gonna top that last one? Help, and you did it. You know.
Yeah, man. We can complain about wrestling, but it honestly does, man. It gets emotions out of you. Last year, with the start of the pandemic and no one really knowing what the fuck was going on, that first AEW show was just such a fucking breath of fresh air.
Yes, that
And
was the Hardy and Brody one.
I needed it. It was like
Yeah.
I fucking needed it, especially after the first. It was 2 days after the first Raw that was empty, and it was a legit empty arena. Then AEW, the way they produced it, it looked so fucking good, and I needed it. And you know what? With WWE too, them giving us WrestleMania last year when I was not excited about it at all because of the way everything was feeling. I'm like, this doesn't
Yeah.
feel like WrestleMania. This isn't Mania. This is fucking empty. I don't want this kind of. I almost didn't feel like they should be having one.
I respect
And
both
then
companies for continuing on and giving
yes,
out the entertainment. And that's why, like I mentioned this, the only thing that upsets me with wrestling is I wish that it got a lot more shine for the things they've done. Like we said, they're not as mainstream. The numbers aren't there in ratings. But for what they did for a lot of people during this last year has been phenomenal. Maybe it's not all been great. Maybe it's not for some companies, but they're putting in the effort,
oh for sure.
and
You have some things just completely stopping, ending, not canceling, no canceling seasons, shortening seasons. No, wrestling kept going, and some people didn't agree with it. Some people thought they shouldn't for safety wise, but in the end, I mean,
everybody
it
made it
it
through.
helped, bro. It
Yeah,
helped,
and
especially
like you
with
said,
Mania last year. Mania, I did not want it because I was nervous about it. I mean, COVID fucked me up this whole fucking year. I mean, it's been I've seriously not been the best in over a fucking year, but wrestling's helped. Mania helped me last year. I think at the end of it, I legit tweeted. I said, you know what? I needed this for 2 days in a row. It got my mind off of things.
until you
I
saw
needed it.
this year's WrestleMania card.
Oof.
First time back with fans, and we're gonna give them that card. Got it, coach.
God damn
Um,
it. I wish we can get the Boneyard match again.
yeah, right. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's a lot of it with all that stuff, and they AEW does that constantly. There's some stuff in WWE that happens, and you're like, okay, I wish there would have been just a feel good moment for Edge to win and not have to toss Daniel Bryan into the match, but we weren't going to get that. And the stories continue for AEW and all their stuff that pays off for them. I look back and I really wish, and I know, like you said, there's stuff that's like close to you, and I look back and I really wish that Brody could have got his debut at home.
Man.
That's the one thing that COVID took away from me that
Yeah.
they can fuck off for, because that was supposed to be that show, and it sucks, but
That is, yeah. I mean, he should have had it. We talked about it. Me and Huck talked about it on the episode after when he passed. That's the one thing, man. Should have had it. Should have fucking had that debut, but goddamn,
but
fucking COVID. Yeah.
but it lives on, and the Dark Order is doing great things, and Hangman Adam. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we go,
Yeah.
how I talked about red herrings, right?
Yes.
Did you ever remember sometime, I forgot when it was, last year, Hangman talked about buying a lawnmower. So when he beat Matt Hardy, what was the first thing he said he was going to do?
You got that damn that lawnmower for that riding lawnmower, bro. Booking.
Fucking booking, bro. Like, I have nothing else to say. I appreciate you having me on. Hashtag booking all day. Let's fucking go. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to get hyped for Mania. I don't know how.
I think in the end, we all, when the time comes, you do get hype. And
It's Mania at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah, 100%. It's Mania, and They're going to have fans. We'll talk about it more next week, but I'm excited, I guess, to see it because I'm excited to see it in a big event like that with people. I mean, Rumble without anybody sucked. So this is going to be fun. That's all I got, man. Thanks again. I appreciate you helping me out. There's no way I think I can do a show, or better yet, I can do the show. I don't think anybody's going to want to listen to me ramble for a while talking about wrestling. So it's just going to be like old man yells at cloud shit. So thank you for helping me out again. Let everyone know where they can find you, where they can find your work.
As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Premier Amp. You can find all my work over at ontapsportsnet.com and all of the great work that we've got from our crew over there covering all Chicago sports and all other fun stuff going on in the world of sports, man. Things are rolling again. Like you said, you're a big baseball guy. I enjoy it, sometimes myself. Baseball had opening day today, so we're back, man.
I know. Good shit, man. Well, WPW at WPod Wrestling on Twitter. Dick the Knife at Saves Tuesday on Twitter. Huck WPW will be joining us one of these days. He will be making that return. I have a feeling he's going to show up and get that pop like Sue. I know it. When, I don't know.
Going to drive in on the minivan.
Drive in on the minivan. I'm going to love it. No, but thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to be back on this next week. Again, sorry for missing a couple weeks, but I'm back on. I got my shit together again, I promise. I was a little afraid today we started recording late, but hey, it's all good. Got it out the way. Fuck yes. Amp, you're the man. Talk to you guys later.